Hello viewers, welcome to VrushuRaj classes YouTube channel. So here we are with one more video which will help you to fetch best marks in your board exams, or you can say any other exam. Most of the time the students, after solving the paper, they tell paper was very easy and definitely I'll get good marks in this paper. But when they get paper in their hand, corrected paper, they find that they didn't score expected marks, and they say the correction was very strict or the examiner was not good and he cut lot of my marks, and this is the reason why I got less marks in this paper. But it's not so. Examiner never cuts the mark as per his wish. There is some rule, there is some proper method for allotting marks for your questions. So exactly in what way the examiners, they check your paper, how the marks are allotted, and where exactly they cut your marks, all these things I am going to explain in this video. So if you want to know how exactly the examiner is going to check your paper, where exactly he may cut your marks, so to know all these things, you have to watch this video till end, because there are many points which the examiners keep in mind while correcting the papers. So let's see where exactly the examiner cuts your marks. So first let's talk about the theory papers. In theory papers, only the long stories is not going to help you to fetch the good marks. For a particular answers, there are some particular fixed keywords which are expected in your marks. For example, photosynthesis, reflection, refraction of light, then presence of sunlight, chlorophyll, or something like this. I'm just giving example of science paper. So whenever you write the answer, such keywords are expected in your answer. So if these keywords are absent, examiner will not give you the allotted marks. He will cut few marks which are reserved for these keywords. So if the keywords are missing, definitely you are going to lose your marks. Then the next thing is, whatever answer you write, whether it's of your language or other theory paper, whatever it is, the answer should have a proper flow. It should be written in steps. Again here, you're not supposed to write the story randomly in your answer. Means the answer should not be in the random order. There should be the proper order. Even while solving the maths question, you have to follow the proper steps. Only writing the final answer is not going to help you to fetch good marks. If you just write the final answer and if the steps are missing, of course you are going to miss the marks which are reserved for those steps. So you have to follow the proper flow, proper steps to write the answer in your answer paper. Then the next thing is regarding maths and physics part, we can say. Whenever there is a numerical problem or any problem where units are involved, you have to write units without fail. Whatever it is, Newton, joules, kilometers, meters per second. So all these units, they carry marks with them. So even if your final answer is correct and if you fail to write the unit for that answer, you are going to lose the marks which are reserved for those units. Now the next part is regarding the same thing, that is formula. So wherever the formula is involved, wherever you are going to apply the formula, so you have to write exactly which formula you are going to use to solve that particular problem, whether it's maths or physics or sometimes even in chemistry. So when you have any numerical problem, you have to write the correct formula. Only solving and the correct answer will not help you to score full marks in that question. Everything is correct, but if you forget to write the formula which you have used while solving that particular question, again you are going to lose the marks which are reserved for that particular formula. Now the next very interesting and most important part, especially of this science paper, we can say, which helps you to score good marks in such paper, and that is diagrams. Yes, there are lot of marks reserved for the diagrams. So if your diagrams are correct, your score is going to be fantastic in such papers. But most of the time, the students, they lose their marks in diagram. This diagram is such an important point, we can say, such an important aspect that we are going to make one video exclusively based on this diagram. So how diagrams will help you to fetch good marks and how the students lose marks in this diagram part. So that I will be explaining in one of my video. But here I'll just tell you one thing, that your diagram should be proper, correctly drawn. So be careful while drawing the diagrams, which is definitely going to help you to fetch good marks in your paper. And if the diagram is not correct, as per the expectation of the question, then definitely you are going to lose the marks even for this diagram part. Now the next part is also very important. Few students unnecessarily lose marks in this part, and that is untidy presentation. You know everything, but if you don't write it properly, if your handwriting is not good, if you jumble these steps, if it becomes difficult for examiner to find out what exactly you have to say, how exactly you have solved. So all this untidy presentation can also be the reason for losing marks in your paper. So let your presentation be neat, clean and in a proper manner. Now the last but not the least, the reason is very silly reason. The answer itself is wrong. Means the answer is not as per the question. Means the question is something else and answer is something else. Means the question is defined reflection and you are writing the definition of refraction. So definitely you are going to lose in this mark because the answer is wrong as per the question asked in your question paper. So these are some important points which you have to keep in mind while writing your exam paper. So how exactly the toppers manage to score full marks in their paper? How they score 100 out of 100? How they manage? They follow all these steps. Yes, the toppers, they follow all these steps. First of all, their presentation is very neat. First impression is the last impression, they say. So just when they open the paper of the toppers, they find it, yes, this is so beautiful paper. They write their answers properly. They follow the proper steps. Their diagrams are neat and clean as per the rule. They never forget to write the formula. They never forget to write the units. They know how to present their answer, how to follow the proper steps. So all these points are followed by the toppers and so they manage to score full marks in their paper. See, once you come to know where exactly you lose your marks, if you work on that part, definitely it will help you to fetch best marks in your exam paper. So I'll tell you one thing, writing the answers is not just scribbling with your pen on the sheet. It's not only to go on writing what you know. It's the proper presentation of what you know. How much you know, that is the secondary part. But at least whatever you know, that you have to present it properly so that whatever you write, you get full marks for that part. So if you just take care of these few points, yes, it will help you to fetch best marks in your exam. Hope you find this video quite helpful. And if you find it helpful, don't forget to share it among your friends. So my dear students, to get the updates of such useful, interesting videos, subscribe our channel, that is VrushuRaj classes. If you follow our videos, I assure you good marks in your exams. So my dear students, thank you so much for watching this video.